As we look live at Ottawa this hour, the Prime Minister is set to give a COVID briefing from Rideau Cottage. He is self-isolating there after his trip to the G7 and NATO summits in Europe. We'll have that briefing live on CBC News Network at 11:15 a.m. and watching to see if there are questions and any new details on a new vaccine certification program for travelers to Canada. As we were mentioning just as the hour began, CBC News has confirmed that program is set to launch in just a few weeks. What do we know about it right now? How will it work? Let's bring in Janice McGregor, who's on the story from Ottawa today. Vaccine certification as early July. Janice, what details do we have?
Yeah, or at least a temporary, a short-term fix for the problem of needing to be able to prove proof of vaccination at Canada's borders. It's a new feature that's going to be on the ArriveCan app, which if you have had to cross back into Canada in the last couple of weeks, you may already have downloaded that and put it on your phone, but they will be launching a new feature in early July that has specifically to do with your vaccination status. Look, the current rules for the Canada-US border expire on Monday. So when the Prime Minister meets reporters later this morning, we will see if he sheds any more light on what's happening from here. You might remember last week, we heard that the rules for returning Canadians or Canadian residents, requiring them to have a stay in a quarantine hotel, could soon be lifting if they have had their second dose of a recognized vaccine. They didn't give a date for that. They just said soon. Of course, then you need to be able to prove that you have been vaccinated. So, you know, this new electronic system meant to enable that. You will be able to upload a photo or otherwise kind of scan your documents showing that you did have that second dose. And for anyone who's concerned about privacy, we're told that the way the app works is that the information stays on the app. It doesn't go anywhere else, isn't transferred to any other systems. But you do have to use the new electronic system. If you don't have a phone, you have to go online before you reach customs and input this information. Showing up with paper documents is not going to be okay at the border anymore. This feature, just another early step in what we expect to be a very slow, a very gradual reopening.
Reopening is something that Canada's premiers have been very anxious to see. And I know when they spoke with the Prime Minister, that meeting virtually last night, one in a series throughout this pandemic, border measures were a big part of that call, Janice.
Yeah, as they often have been. Look, here's the issue. Premiers have different comfort levels about what the right timing is and what the right conditions are for reopening the border to the U.S. That might explain why the federal government has yet to lay out a clear plan, something that frustrates not only people who want to travel, but businesses for whom their operations cannot return to normal until the border does. The one thing they do agree on, though, is this need to be fully vaccinated. So we have this short-term fix with the phone app. But over the longer term, there is agreement that they need to build a digital certification system. They want that to work with the same technology they use right now for e-passports. This is going to require pulling information from all the disparate provincial and territorial vaccination databases. It's taking a long time, it's proving difficult, and it won't be ready until the fall. But doctors keep warning us that COVID isn't going away, even if a lot of people get vaccinated. That's why we need this system up and running. You spoke earlier to infectious diseases specialist Dr. Matthew Otten about this.
We certainly do need to have some easily accessible proof for Canadians who both want to travel abroad as well as for Canadians who want to travel within the country and people from other countries coming to visit here. We need to have some fairly robust, easy to use app that will give the necessary information to show proof of vaccination.
Of course, that proof useful not just for international travel, but interprovincial travel, even accessing services where you're in close contact or venues, like if you were going for a concert. All of these reasons why Canada needs to get this digital certification system up and running.
Janice, thank you very much. Janice McGregor, live in Ottawa.